All right, this is take 3 of Gary's Meat Madness weekend. We've already seen the ribs and Gary's butt. He's got 3 briskets that he's going to prepare, and I've had some of his brisket this afternoon. It was leftover brisket, and it was still really good. Looking forward to it, and let's see how Gary prepares his brisket. All right, apparently what he does, he's got a little different rub with his brisket. You see a bowl here, and this is more than a glob. I would say a whole can of what is it you just put in there? What are we putting in there, Gary?
That's Jack Daniel's rub and some other that I had left over. So all rubs got about the same stuff in it.
Okay.
Now the brown sugar for the brisket actually gets mixed into.
So it doesn't actually go on the brisket?
No, it doesn't.
Well, it does later, but it doesn't go by itself.
It all kind of goes together on this. And you got to kind of work that rub together because the rub's pretty dry.
Okay, so this is going to be a dry rub technique.
If you rub, and the rub actually does help the meat stay moist.
Okay. A dry rub helps meat stay moist.
That's right.
I'm sure there's science involved in that.
And
if I'd have paid attention in school, I'd probably know the mechanics behind that.
We're probably going to have to add some.
That's the reason I'm a cop instead of a doctor, is because. Oh, anyway, more brown sugar.
We're going to go with some rendezvous rub. This is
rendezvous rub. This is actually from Memphis, Tennessee. We saw a thing on it yesterday on the Food Network. Rendezvous restaurant in Memphis. Yes, sir. Memphis, Tennessee.
I'm from Memphis.
Okay, so he had a little bit of rendezvous rub into the brisket dry rub there, and you see how he works it with his hands there. He's not a lefty, but he has gotten the left hand technique down. Okay, and then he reattacks it with the right hand. Left. Okay, it's important. That's important. And why is that important?
You just want, why
are you swapping hands?
You get oftentimes, you have to swap hands because you get a cramp. You have to massage this thing for so long to make it work right. You get a cramp, so you got to switch hands.
Is there no quick way to do it?
No, because
no machines or no.
No, it's a hand thing. You've got to use your hands.
All right.
Because the meat knows the difference.
The meat knows the difference whether you do it by hand or do it by machine.
That's right. I mean, if you hook some, if you stick this stuff to some outside type, the meat feels the love. I mean, you actually, when you put the love into your cooking, and by that, meat's no exception.
Now, I'll have to be honest with you, and the studio audience will agree. We've all had loveless meat. We've all been there. Meat without love is just. It's just meat. Exactly. So this meat will have plenty of love on it.
That's right.
And
I'm actually washing this container because I don't want to cross-contaminate that meat. Because if you see, we've switched from pork
to beef.
We're switching to beef, so
right.
We've got to sanitize that prior to.
And when the juices of different meats cross-contaminate each other, it's usually a bad thing, is it not?
It is.
Okay.
When one meat follows the other meat, it just turns out.
If you don't clean up afterwards, it's a bad thing.
It just turns out sloppy.
Yes, sir.
You just don't.
Yes, sir. Doesn't make for happy meat. You're right.
No, you just don't want. I mean, the meat knows the difference.
Now we've got a brisket here. What is this? 4 pounds?
It's about 4.5.
4.5 pounds. Because my 4 pounds is way off, obviously. So we had 4.5 pounds. Let me get on the other side here. Get the light working with me. Oh, there we go. Oh, good stuff right there. We're going to cut the fat again there.
We're going to diagonally cut the
fat. Cut the fat. Now, what angle are you cutting that? Approximately what angle?
About a 45.
45-degree angle. Okay.
We're actually going to make diamond shapes.
Going to make diamond shapes. So no protractor involved here. We don't need any measurements.
We can guess at it.
Okay, so nothing.
The angles it's not necessarily proportional to how the meat tastes.
Okay.
Different meat has different angles.
So this is more or less scoring your meat, right?
That's more or less.
Okay.
We're preparing the meat to accept the rub.
All right.
If you will.
Now, what would happen if the meat wasn't ready for the rub? We didn't prepare it for the
It
rub.
would reject the rub.
It would reject the
It
rub.
would just.
And this is where we get the sad meat again, right?
That's
there.
right.
Okay.
That's right. The meat
Our meat has to be happy.
Very
Happy meat.
important that kind of give it a little massage there and kind of feel it out just a little bit. Here we go with the mustard.
All right, here we go. A glop? Is this going to be a glop now?
No, probably not. It doesn't take quite as much to do brisket because you actually want to. The only thing you're actually trying to do here is make the rub stick to the meat.
Okay, so
And the beef flavor will come right through. The rub actually just enhances the natural flavor of the beef.
okay.